Okay, so we got Tom Mayne here, singer with David Cronenberg's wife, who are very soon going to release their new Sweden EP, which is taken from the Hypnagogues album. Tonight Tom's playing on the Tamasist boat, which is just over the river from the House of Parliament. There's Big Ben and House of Parliament in the background. Hello Tom, how are you doing?
Good to be here.
Good. First of all, just a quick question about Sweden. Most of your songs tend to be kind of narrative-based stories. Sweden appears to be a bit more abstract to me. Is that right, or am I missing something in the story?
No, I think you're right. The idea of the song came from actually waking up at 3 a.m. One night, like you do, having had some kind of dream and had these kind of random thoughts in my mind, and I think I probably felt a bit ill as well. And had one of those thoughts, maybe I should just sack it all, as we say, up north and go to a new country.
So you got your passport stamped and came down to London?
Not quite Sweden yet. But the song's just generally about thinking that the place where you're not is the place where you should be. That life's better somewhere else. And there's other random thoughts, which I guess came from the particular mindset I was in at the time.
So did you find the grass was greener down here in London?
It is. Maybe for music, actually. At the time when I moved, it wasn't going on in Manchester. Manchester's quite famous for its music, but I guess it goes in cycles. There wasn't much going on at the time. I'd heard, of the Blank Night and various anti-folk happenings in London, and I thought I'd make the move, and I guess it's turned out okay.
Okay. Sweden's got some really great lines, and of course it revels in a lot of that kind of wry humour based on the broken dreams of life. One of my favourite lines is I wouldn't want to belong to any club which was happening as a member, which comes shortly after the line about couldn't raise a smile. You changed it to German for this version. Why did you change it to German?
Well, the line originally, as the song says, is Groucho Marx line, and I think Woody Allen used it in I think it was Annie Hall, and he actually said as Groucho said. So I thought I need to put a bit of a DCW spin on it, so I put it into German and made it a kind of a mystery for people to solve. But on other versions you can hear the line is the single's going to be accompanied by various remixes, and that line you do hear in English, so the mystery is kind of solved already. Yeah,
you hear it on the David Apple
right.
remix, which is the 5th track. There's 3 remixes, aren't there, on the album?
Some brilliant stuff. Yeah, I mean, I had very little to do with them apart from supplying the original tracks, and I was just amazed by how they turned out, and really happy that they're the B-sides. And
is that something you think you'd like to do again in the future?
I think so. I mean, part of David Cronenberg's wife is the unexpected, and we've done versions in other languages. There's a Welsh version of Sweden.
Any particular reason for Welsh?
When I was growing up in Manchester, you'd get these Welsh TV channels. The old analog TV. I mean, it's going to be a bit of a loss with the digital TV. You can't search for things like you used to be able to. So I'd have these Welsh channels, and they were so kind of mysterious that there's this language spoken only 50 miles away from Manchester, absolutely totally different. And I thought, this is it's an amazing thing to have that so close. And I guess being in London and being involved in anti-folk, there's a big Welsh contingent to anti-folk, especially Filthy Pedro, and I thought, well, why not let's do it in Welsh.
Welsh has always seemed to be a very kind of lyrical, musical language. Did you find that when you were singing in it? I suppose you're more intoning rather than singing that song.
It was spoken word. I was doing my best, but I had been listening at the time to a lot of Dat Bluggy.
That's how you say it?
Yeah. Not that, what would it be, that the other way around? I've almost forgotten the wrong way of saying it, just because of the Welsh I've learned. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. But anyway, you know the band. One of John Peel's favourite bands.